Thank you for stopping by Ballistic Barbecue. On this video, I am going to make what I call the ultimate roast beef sandwich. And we're going to cook that roast on the PK grill. Let's get going. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is prep that roast for the cook. Now what I have here is a 2.5 pound sirloin tip roast. And I'm just going to season it very simply with some kosher salt, some fresh ground pepper. We're going to make sure we get all sides of this. Now when I bought the roast in the store, it actually came with this netting on it. It kind of holds it all in shape. We're going to put that back on. There we go, and that'll kind of just help it hold its shape. Obviously you wiped off some of the salt. Let me wash my hands and we'll get some more salt on here. All right, the roast looks good and we're ready to cook. I have the PK fired up. Put the roast on this side. Now we're doing an indirect cook, so I have my lump charcoal burning on this side here. Damper underneath is halfway open. I have a drip pan directly underneath the meat. I'm going to add just a little bit of wood. I'm not really doing a full-on smoke, but I want to get a little smoky flavor. So I'm adding a little peach wood, because that's what I had laying around. All right, damper above the charcoal is fully closed. Damper above the meat is halfway open, and my target temperature for the cooker is going to be about 275 to 300 degrees. Not really smoking this, but I do want some smoky flavor. We're just kind of roasting this meat, and I'm going to maintain this cook until I hit an internal temperature on the meat of 125. See you in a bit. All right, we are just a little over an hour into this cook, and we hit that target temperature of 125. Smells really good. What I'm going to do is pull this roast off of the PK. I'm going to take this in the house and let it rest a while, let that carry over, bring it up a few more degrees. In the meantime, we are going to prep for the next portion of this cook here. I have here just a small cast iron skillet. I'm going to put it directly over the heat. It's got canola oil in it, and we are going to let this heat up for the next part of this cook, which is going to be frying up some horseradish chips, some jalapeno slices, and some habanero slices. It's going to be for the garnishing of this killer sandwich. So I'll see you in a bit. All right, like I said, one of the things we're going to be garnishing the sandwich with are horseradish chips. Basically what I did was I just took some horseradish root, it's a mouthful, and I very carefully sliced these to about the thickness of a potato chip. And I tried these. The idea came to my head actually at the store yesterday, and I had to try it when I get home just to make sure. And these taste insane. Just sort of mellows out the harshness of the horseradish, having them fried like this. I'm just going to fry them until they're golden brown, keeping in mind that they will fry a little bit, keep cooking a little bit after they're out of the oil, so we don't want to make them dark brown. Now the next thing I have here are some slices of jalapeno and some habanero. And again, I just sliced them pretty thin, and I made sure I removed the pith and the seeds. Now there's going to be a kick to these, but it's going to be mellowed just a little bit. And cooking them in oil will also mellow it just a tad. And this is what I'm looking for here. Nice and fried, they got a little bit of crisp to them. Going to taste insane. All right, heavy leather gauntlet. I'm going to very carefully remove this skillet and put it down below here. Right now for the buns, I have here onion rolls. What I want to do is just get a little bit of a toast going on these things. Okay, that's a perfect amount of toast. That's just what I'm looking for. I'm going to place these in the back of the cooker now. I have a piece of sharp cheddar cheese. I'm going to put it on the top bun. I'm going to close the lid. I want to get a little bit of a melt going on that cheese. All right, a couple of minutes later, and that's what I'm looking for right there. Let's build a sandwich. All right, bottom bun down. Now, because there is some heat, I'm going with mayo as my condiment on this sandwich here. The next thing we're going to do is lay down some lettuce, lay down some tomato. All right, now for the roast beef, I cut this beef paper thin on my slicer. My favorite sandwiches, my favorite roast beef sandwiches, it's paper thin, but then very generous with the amount of beef you get. There's just something magic about that. I don't know what it is. It's just magic. So I'm going to lay it down heavy here. Nice medium rare. Right now, I'm laying down some just nice sweet onion. Make it 3. And now for some of those horseradish chips. That's a hard word to say. Horseradish chips. Like I said, I tried these things out and they are just really, really good. Now for some of those habanero, jalapeño chips, rings actually, not chips. Again, pith and seed removed, but I don't know how much mercy I'll get from these guys. Now again, just a cooling, little bit of mayo here. Now that cheddar melted bun. And there we have it, the ultimate roast beef sandwich. Let's take a peek at this. I think it's beautiful, just beautiful. There's only one thing to do now. Let's try this bad boy out. Wow, I know you guys expect me to say how killer the sandwich is, but this sandwich is killer. Just perfectly balanced. You know, it's shocking to me how much just removing the pith and seeds and then frying those jalapenos and the habaneros will just mellow them out. I mean, they still retain that, you know, they're peppers. They warm your mouth. My mouth is definitely warmed, but you get to enjoy the really good flavor of those peppers. And those horseradish chips, I hate saying that, horseradish chips, just, it keeps the aroma of the horseradish, and yet, again, the harshness is taken away and that nice crispy texture. Very, very well balanced sandwich. I'm very pleased with this sandwich. And the cheese just kind of knocks everything out of the park. Anyway, guys, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. Check out PK Grills site. I'm having a lot of fun using this thing. See you in the next video. Cheers.